What is up, you guys? It's the Clown Prince, and I'm here with
Tyler Mocklin.
And what did you do, Tyler?
I got second place at a regional in San Diego. My only loss was to first place.
Okay, and that was yesterday. So we're just in the deck profile today. So go ahead and start whenever you're ready, Tyler.
Alright, I played 3 Speedroid Terratop, played 1 Red Eye Die, played 1 Talking Tom board. It's just general for the Speedroid Metalfoes engine. I also played 3 Jayatu, 3 Chiwen. They're the main tuners of the deck. I had to abuse this as well as these. I banished all 3 of these with the Desires at one point, so I loved playing this tuner. 2 Swanee, 2 Beyond, 2 Bixie. This was different than Zach Stone's ratio. Zach decided to play 3 Beyond, 1 Bixie. That's right in a sense, but I wanted to be generic in case I played against Paleo Frogs. I played 3 Zephyrnui, 1 Zefraxi, and 1 Oracle of Zephyra. This was amazing. I used this to get around Toads, just masking everything. Need to play the 3 Zephyruis, the 1 Zefraxi for the scale. I played 3 of the counter trap. It's busted. 2 creation. This thing saved my butt when I just set a red eye die in a creation and was able to fool my opponent into thinking it was a Yang Zing. I also played 1 path. I dropped that just recently. It was a really good drop for one of my main deck, Upstart Goblin I replaced it with. I played, for the Metalfoes engine, 3 Steelin, 3 Silvered, 2 Gold Driver, and 1 Painful Decision. Zach played 1 extra, 1 extra Metalfoes, which was Volflame in his build, which I liked, but I didn't play the Ignister, so Volflame would never come up. And I played 1 Metalfoes Fusion and 2 Combination, just because I don't... I just don't know what to say. I hated all of them. They were really bad. 2 Desires, 2 Dark Hole, 2 MSD. These were clutch. This was alright. I drew, I had an opening hand with a Kaiju, and I potted Desires, and I potted Desires into 2 Kaijus, when I already had 1. Soul Charge and Upstart. I can't play the deck without the Soul Charge. Wanted the Upstart for the Oracle of Zephyr combo when you stack a monster to the top. I played Archfiend Eccentric as an extra MSP and an extra Dark Hole. I wanted something that worked in between. And then I played Torrential as my for personal tech. Everyone may not agree with this, but I loved it. It was a way for when I bricked going first to actually have a responsive card. And that's it for the main deck. I'm going to bring up...
How many was it in the
50.
in the main deck? 50?
Mm-hmm. Overall, when I was testing it with like 60 and stuff, I didn't like it because I didn't see what I wanted. When I was testing with 40, my potted Desires was the worst Desires ever when I first played this deck. I potted Desires into... I banished 3 Chiwens, 3 Zephyrnuis, and drew 2 potted Desires when I was playing triple Desires in a 40-card deck.
Wow.
For my extra deck, I played 2 Danglong, or Golden Retriever, Yazi, 3 Boxia. I could honestly cut down to 2, but I don't know. I always sided the 3rd one out for a side deck card in my thing that won me games even without summoning it. 1 Chaofeng. I made it once in the day. I made it light immune against ABCs. 1 Herald of Arclight, only made it once. I just preferred to go into the Chaofeng as a Denglong. 1 Cyframe Lord Omega, made this thing 3 times in a single turn. I only have 1 copy. The Graveyard Effect is retarded for beating ABCs. 1 Trishula, Dragonite Ice Bear in case Chaofeng was bad. 1 Nirvana High Paladin, I summoned this thing 3 times. I wasn't expecting to summon it. I halved my opponent's life points 3 times in a single game.
Jesus.
1 Mithrilium came up in my game 1. I didn't actually think it would come up in my game 1, round 1. First turn. I literally bricked super hard. I was like, I'll make Mithrilium, try to bait out double strike. I baited out both strikes. I was like super happy.
That's bad.
It's coming from Scrublord over here. 1 Phantomite Breaksword for the Talking Tom board Terratop combo. This was amazing. I wanted this thing to get striked every time I summoned it. It did. And the times it lived, it did even more work. 1 Beatrice. This is normally for the combo with Nirvana and High Paladin with Heavy Slump. You dump the Heavy Slump and then add it back off the Nirvana. I liked it in the main extra because I like to make a rank 6 in case I brick with no tuners. It also dumps Metalfoes Fusion too, so it's a free +1. So what you do is you go Pendulum Summon 2 Zephyrnuis, search a Zing path, then make Beatrice, then detach, send a Metalfoe fusion, then draw off the Metalfoe fusion, pass your turn to your opponent. Your opponent goes, you detach, send Chiwen or any other Zing monster to the grave. Then you go ahead and go back to your turn and you resolve the path you searched the last turn. I also played Hope Harbinger to overlay my Boxius. It was great as helping me defend my scales. I then played 2 System Down, only resolved it once, didn't even win me the game. It was completely useless. Twin Twister, MVP of the side deck, compared to just like sideboard main deck, best card. Swords of Ceiling, never saw it. Great in theory though. Maxis, loved them. One Archfiend Eccentric, don't know if I saw the second one ever, because I have a no-name one I should have probably played, so I knew if I was siding or seeing the sideboard one more. I played 1 Raw Spear mode, never saw it. Saw all 3 Kaijus before, and I sided a Crimson Blader. Crimson Blader was MVP. Some guy sided Pot of Acquisitiveness, thinking I was siding Cherry's targets. It was amazing. That's about it.
Anything you changed to like the main or the side deck or extra deck or anything?
I'd cut this. What else would I cut? Oh, I forgot the Heavy Slump. My bad, I forgot to grab it. I just cut these 2 to be honest. I may want to cut this, but I'm too unsure. If I need like a 3rd card, this is coming out. And maybe going into the main board.
Yeah, you don't want to give people PTSD with that fucking card.
Yeah. I wish I drew it, to be honest. This was the worst card. I drew it 6 times in my opening hand in a 50-card deck. I am very surprised. I guess I was just unlucky all day, considering I lost all my die rolls.
Do you remember what your matchups were?
Yeah, I played 3 ABC, 3 Metalfoe, 2 Mermail, and 1 Zing Metalfoe. I 2-0'd both the Mermails. I got 2-0'd by Zing Metalfoe because I just gave him the win. I was just like, oh, I lost a die roll. Realized that he summons Jiaotu as his first card. I'm like, yeah, you got the win. I don't see Raw Spear mode or anything, and like, I wait for him to finish his turn. I draw my card. I'm like, you won. I didn't get Raw Spear mode because he had 4 negates on board.
Okay.
Against my ABC, or I'd rather go over my Metalfoes first. Metalfoes, I went 2-0 and 2-1, 2-1 for all 3 of them. The 2-0, he shotgunned off a strike to hit my break sword when he should have held back and waited for me to target because he had 2 sets that I didn't know. Shotgunning that strike lost him the game. The other 2 Metalfoe was a grind out. One of them was my round 9. Round 9 was hilarious. He opened double Boomboku, Kirin, Stealin, Vanity's Emptiness, and one other card I forget. But he basically was just playing Boomboku control, and I just completely blow him out that turn, and he's just left with a Boomboku and top decking.
What about your one? What about the opponent that DQ'd against you?
Oh yeah, the guy got DQ'd at. We had a good game, but I told him at the very start, like, I'm probably not gonna win this. You're probably gonna get it because he's playing the Infinity build, and I just can't deal with all of the negate plus Alcahaz plus Kirin. But we play it out. Game 3, I open the Maxi. I ditch Maxi. He goes special summon crazy. Judge comes by, notices marked cards. And so we have like this entire debate. I'm really frustrated because I don't want to win a game like by match loss. Or, sorry, game loss due to marked cards. It just sucked. I really felt for him. We actually became friends afterwards, so.
So the judge thought that he was marking your cards or something? Or?
No, he had spells and traps of his Metalfoes upside down.
Oh, okay.
So he ended up getting a game loss for that in game 3.
Okay, damn.
I was really pissed about it because I don't like to win that way. Then ABCs. It was my round 2 ABC player was a complete douche, but I understand why, because I basically went Omega. I had an Omega from my first turn. He has A, B, and C in the grave. I go ahead and synchro for Nirvana High Paladin with him, using a Pendulum Summon Stealing to throw Omega into the graveyard. Then I used Omega to put back his A. Then I remade Omega, and then I killed it with Stealing and Scale, and then put back his B. I put back Omega into the extra deck, remade it off a Soul Charge, and just sat there with it. I was like, cool, I made Omega 3 times. That was pretty funny. He got really pissed and kept telling me to play faster, but it's like I was going through a long, convoluted combo to get him out of that. That was game 1. Then game 2. What?
Listen to that faggot.
Oh.
You can.
I did that because I didn't have Crimson Blader in the main extra. So I couldn't lock him out of ABC Buster. What was it? Game 2 is when I got the double kaiju off the Desires, so I just lost that one immediately. Game 3, I clutch it by making this stupid field, and he goes set like 3 Tsukiyomi. And before he even Tsukiyomi's, so I have this. Where is it? Where's Chiwen? Bixie. Was it Bixie? No, it was this one. Sorry. I have like 3 combos I go through. And Chiwen. I had this on board, and he goes Tsukiyomi set 3. I'm like, cool. On Tsukiyomi summon, effect of Suwani. Synchro for 8. Boxia for 3. Hit history backwards.
Oh shit.
And then he goes Tsukiyomi is like,
that's
set a field spell, pass. I'm like, cool. Go off and just win. It was pretty funny. I felt bad for that dude. My next one was Brilliant ABC. Guy misplays. Again, same thing. Don't shotgun the stupid strike. He shotgunned the strike on the break sword as well. But he knew what I was playing because my round 1 opponent was Metalfoes and it was his friend. So he knew exactly what I was playing. Game 2, I just savaged him with creation. I had double creation triggering. So it was just like he couldn't get through it. What was it? My 3rd ABC matchup was against Dennis, one of my friends. He plays a trapless build, so I knew his build in and out. I didn't know what exactly he was playing until he decided to chalice my break sword. When I was trying to break his Tsukiyomi, I'm like, okay, cool, attack over Suki, because it gains 400.
Yeah.
I was like, that was okay to do, I guess, but whatever. We went into game 3, and it came down to just like clutching it. I was really happy with my results. I was expecting to get 4th or 5th. After seeing that, I wasn't expecting to get 2nd.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Is there anything else you'd like to say or any shout outs to anyone?
Level Up players. Without them, I wouldn't be here. Magic and Monsters players for teaching me. That's about it.
Alright, cool.